Hello, YouTube. Today I will continue to tell you about the Spetsnaz, Special Forces of the Soviet Union and later Russia, operations and some of the most interesting cases. Well, today I want to tell you and explain why did the Alpha fighters dress up the detained Secret Service agents from other countries in tracksuits. Спортивные костюмы in Russian. A tracksuit is an article of clothing consisting of two parts: trousers and a jacket, usually with a front zipper, also known as sweatsuits or trackies. Those tracksuits are designed to keep the body warm during and after athletic activity. Very popular in the former Soviet Union and modern post-Soviet states. You see, detaining agents who worked for foreign intelligence was and remains one of the most difficult tasks. And it's not just about identifying such cadres. Spies have always been resourceful. That is why the Alpha combatants or fighters dressed them up in the official departmental tracksuits, those suspected to be in collaboration with the enemy. So that's what they dressed them in. In fact, it's been a long time since people were arrested in Russia and then stripped naked. So let's just look briefly at the history. For example, according to Vladlen Izmozik, author of the book Gendarme of Russia, referring to the words of the Frenchman Meslier, the Russian diplomat Alexei Bestuzhev-Ryumin, who lived in the fabulous 18th century, he spent time under house arrest in the nude, which was apparently a common practice. At least, Meslier wrote that Bestuzhev-Ryumin was stripped naked as usual and was stripped of his razors, knives, scissors, needles, and pins. Further, the Frenchman recalled, 4 grenadiers with fixed bayonets were standing by his bed, the curtains of which were open. Suspects were stripped naked during searches, and this was during the time of the famous Russian writer Anton Chekhov. So we're looking at the 19th century. Beginning of the 20th too. It is not for nothing that the writer mentions a similar procedure in his story titled Commotion. They stripped us naked and searched us, according to one of the characters in that story. Well, in the days of the socialist utopia in my country, Soviet citizens taken under arrest and prisoners were searched in a similar way. So the author of the book, 7,000 Days in the Gulag, Karl Steiner, who spent years in Stalin's camps, said that stripping naked was the most common method of searching convicts. It is clear that such methods were primarily due to ensuring the safety of gendarmes, security officers, guards, and other employees of the relevant structures. I would also add that to humiliate a prisoner, that was another explanation why they would do it. But the stripping of detainees on suspicion of collaborating with enemy intelligence agencies was primarily related to saving the life of the suspects himself or herself. For example, Igor Atamanenko, author of the publication Honey Trap, The Story of Three Betrayals, claims that in the 1970s, the State Security Committee, KGB, issued an order according to which Alpha Special Forces soldiers involved in such detentions were required to strip the suspect naked and thoroughly search all cavities in his body, I would assume her body too. It is clear that the arrested man did not have a spare outfit, so most often he was dressed in a departmental tracksuit. The alleged agent's clothes were seized. According to Atamanenko, this order was issued after the death of Soviet diplomat Alexander Ogorodnik. Ogorodnik, a CIA agent, was arrested in June of 1977. As Igor Antsigin wrote in his book 200 Famous Poisonings, 3 are known. The codename of Alexander Ogorodnik, almost immediately agreed to cooperate. The operatives sat him down at a table and gave him a piece of paper. The arrested man wrote down, "To the USSR State Security Committee, explanation. I, Ogorodnik Alexander Dmitrievich, admit." He didn't have time to write anything else. Having performed some manipulations with a ballpoint pen, 3 unknown suddenly wheezed, gasped, and slid off the chair. It turned out that that Ogorodnik took his own life with the help of an ampule with poison in the pen. Ampule is a sealed glass capsule containing a liquid, especially a measured quantity ready for injection. The KGB learned a lesson that day. I will continue telling you interesting episodes from the days when KGB and the special forces existed and operated in the Soviet Union, and then, of course, what's happening in the post-Soviet Union too. I'll bring you stories about that as well. And also some interesting weapons they had been using and what's in usage today. And you can see more in my channel. Just do the search using appropriate words. And if you like my research, please support through the links you find in the description to this channel. Please like my videos and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for your attention to my work.